Thank you again for tuning into my channel. Today we're going to be talking about microchip implants and their growing acceptance. Now, would you get chipped? The use of microchip implants has been a focal point for many science fiction movies and books over the past few decades. Where it used to be stuff of science fiction and Hollywood, the technology has now become a reality for humans. One Wisconsin-based company, Three Square Market, has implanted 50 employee volunteers with a small microchip in each of their hands. The microchip is about the size of a grain of rice. The implant would then give an employee the ability to work more efficiently by unlocking doors, logging into computers, and doing a number of other basic tasks by a simple wave of their hand. Three Square Market is a vending machine software company, and it's hoping that this technology takes off and becomes mainstream. The company believes that it could soon provide a range of benefits to consumers, including the ability to use the chip as a form of identification, a way to make purchases in a secure manner, and a simple way to access public transportation. In fact, in Sweden, people are abandoning the use of paper money for an increasing number of everyday transactions using microchips. The amount of hard cash in circulation in Sweden has decreased by 40% in the last 7 years. Sweden is beginning to look at doing away with physical money in favor of completely digital currency, which may include a microchip under the skin. Commuters in Sweden are an example of trading cash for convenience, as several hundred have already been chipped to be able to use their SJ rail transit system. The train conductor can then simply read the chip with a smartphone to confirm the passenger has paid for their journey. Another 3,000 have been chipped so that they can have easy access to secure areas of the building. Although there are advantages to microchip technology, opponents have pointed out a wide range of risks and concerns that come along with it. The infringement on privacy. One of the main concerns about implanting microchips is that it infringes on personal privacy. Even if a person should volunteer for an implant, there's a good chance that they're not fully considering the level of privacy that they're giving up. Furthermore, as in the case with the company in Wisconsin, there could be a certain level of peer or other pressure that may be forced to volunteer for the implant. Now, tracking. Along with giving up some level of personal privacy, those that have a microchip implanted are also risking that they could be tracked. Over the past few years, it has become more and more clear how much of our information is being tracked by the major internet and social media companies. With microchips depending on the chip's design and how it's programmed, a company could even track more than your daily life, including your location, how much time you spend sleeping, and what you spend your money on. It also remains to be seen how this accumulation of data could be used against you in the future. There's already been proposals to use microchip implant tracking with criminals, immigration procedures, and while these past proposals might have failed, it is only a matter of time before they come back again to haunt us. Hacking. Another concern that many people have is that there will always be a risk of hacking into microchips and databases. Although microchip implants are considered to be very secure and difficult to break into, hackers always seem to be a step ahead of security measures. If someone is able to successfully hack into your microchip account, they may be able to replicate your chip. In these situations, it would be incredibly easy for a hacker to easily steal your identity and make major purchases in your name, among other things. Big Brother. The fourth concern about microchip technology is that it's just a few steps towards Big Brother society that is depicted in the book 1984. In the novel, all people in a fictional society are chipped and tracked on an ongoing basis as there is an utter loss of freedom. Even though the current use of microchips may seem extremely limited compared to the uses depicted in the novel, it clearly could be the first step in that terrifying direction. It is easy to see a few positive benefits to chipping. Animals have long been chipped as a means of inventory and disease control, to say nothing of recovering lost or stolen pets. Persons with compromised mental capacity, such as Alzheimer's disease, who wander off and get lost, could greatly benefit from having a chip asserted into children as well, sooner rather than later, for parental safety concerns, that Americans will eventually accept the process as something normal, just like a barcode. Preconditioning for the Mark of Revelation, also known as the Mark of the Beast. The book of Revelation warns that during the tribulation, every person will be required to accept a mark which will signify worship of a one world leader and be necessary for commerce. And the second beast required all people, small or great, rich, poor, free and slave, to receive a mark on their right hand or their forehead, so that no one could buy or sell unless he had the mark, the name of the beast, or the number of its name. Here is a call for wisdom. Let the one who has insight calculate the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and that number is 666. Revelation 13:16 through 18.
If you don't know, now you know. First off, we give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders of Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the elect. As you've seen, if you don't know, like I said, if you don't know, now you know. The mark of the beast. Let's go ahead and get the scriptures. This information is out, man. If you got a lot of, I will say, a majority of, Israelite camps that are pushing, whatever their specific doctrine is, or ultimately their doctrine or their teaching is that the mark of the beast is spoke about in Revelation the 13th chapter is not the chip, okay, and which is ultimately a foolish statement, a foolish claim, a foolish breakdown, and ultimately these individuals are going to have a lot of blood on their hands. But nevertheless, when we see, as in the video that was presented, you had the individual, speaking about a lot of different things. He talked about the 3 Square Market, that the company that's here in the States. He was speaking about Sweden, and they're in the process of, basically moving in that direction, because you got to understand we're living in a technological age. Excuse me, right? So what we're gearing towards, and what these Edomites are gearing towards, because what we know, matter of fact, let me get that, because these individuals have a certain complex, and they believe that that they are the Most High. They want to be the Most High, so they're going to try to have as much control as the Most High has. And it's not for nothing. Let me see. Right. Isaiah 14:13 says, "For thou hast said in thy heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation of the sides of the north." Okay. It says, "I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High." Okay. So we understand that Edom has a God complex, and that they want, their initial goal is to try to have complete control. All right. And the only means of doing that is, this microchip, this RFID microchip. And that's the road or route that this place is on. Okay. Now, like the guy, he spoke on a couple things in which, but the majority of these fucking Edomites know, these Bible thumpers, even know that the mark of the beast is this microchip, man. Okay, even they know. So what's crazy is you got a big bulk of the Israelites teaching that it's philosophy or it's Christianity, is which is madness, man. At the end of the day, and if you teaching something like that, like if you're teaching that, more than likely you sold out. Like it's either one of the two: you sold out or you just fucking stupid. At the end of the day, you know. Or I mean, ultimately, the Lord and give you the knowledge and give you the understanding and give you the wisdom to be able to determine what the mark of the beast is, especially when you have when it's so clear, it's extremely clear. But nevertheless, you still gonna have individuals that take it, and you're gonna have individuals that lead people into taking it, and it's gonna tell people that what the scriptures talk about those false prophets, basically breaking down to them, oh, it's okay to, you could take that, or if you gotta eat, right? So just take that. But the scriptures say, I mean, you gonna taste of that taste of the wrath of the Most High, man. When you take something like well, not take something, but when you actually go to take that chip. Now, let me just get it right, because it's not for nothing that our apostle, the head apostle, deemed this year the year of the Quran, the year of the chip. So I mean, you gotta understand these people have an agenda. They have a certain time frame that they're working under. And you can see that their time is running out, man. The time is running out. These prophecies are coming to pass. The Israelites have been waking up. Okay, Salakia. You just see things wrapping up. Okay, and and we're moving towards this. We're pressing towards that mark, which is that Quran when it says Revelation 13:15, it says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many would not worship the image of the beast shall be killed. Right? It says, and he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark, which is Quran, in their right hand or in their foreheads. Says that, and that no man might buy or sell save he have the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Okay, and which is simple, man. It's really not that complicated to get, man. Because when you understand the characteristics or the spirit of this devil, he's a carnal individual. Okay, he's a carnal individual, and the only means of him, executing or trying to become, as the Most High, trying to do that is by carnal means, okay? And if you want to track something, if you want to, they can only do it to a certain degree. They at this point they got, they got cameras, they got these phones, that they're recording. Pretty much, they can hear pretty much hear your conversations, see where you're going, track where you're going, but they can only do that to a certain extent because you can leave your phone. Like you don't have to. You can buy devices that that are not so much up to date, so to speak, and utilize those. Okay, whereas though they wouldn't know your whereabouts. So what these individuals, what these Edomites are going to do, or what your elite are going to do, or what they have already, it's already in the plans. It's already on the books. It's to chip everybody, man. Because if you ultimately, and this is the thing, man. This is why you gotta think. The Lord didn't give us brains for nothing. Okay, He didn't give us brains for nothing, man. He didn't give us the spirit. Okay, the Rachak Wadash, which is it's a combination of multiple things, but to sum it up, it's the truth at the end of the day. But through the spirit, we can see, and when you dive deep into, when you go into these scriptures, when you go into the characteristics of these Edomites, okay, how they conduct, okay, you go into this, Revelation 13 and 17, you go into the mark. Okay, when you break this stuff down, the only thing it leads to is what? Is the chip, man. And that's it. And you want to know what? A big portion of people, I'm speaking about these Edomites, they know. They know. They know, man. That's why I played that video, because it's like, this ain't nothing new. This ain't nothing new. These motherfuckers know this, man. Okay? So then this is the time that we're coming in, man. Listen, it's not for nothing that the apostle deemed this year the year Karagma. As it, and listen, we're pushing forward. Listen, this place is pushing forward to implement this chip. Now there's going to be a series of events that take place for them that actually have actually push it. Okay, because they say he causeth, you know. So there's going to be a situation or something that happens where as though people are going to have to take it, you know. Well, I'm not going to say have to. They're going to put people in a position to take it. But the elect of the Lord are not going to take it, man. You know, we're going to adhere to the word, Lord's will, Lord's will, you keep the faith and endure, and the same shall be saved. Okay. Because once you take that chip, you're showing, ultimately who you have faith in and who you trust in, which is a self-proclaimed white man. Once you take the chip, and you pretty much proclaim that is your God, that is your power. So you're looking for him to protect you, right? So in the bulk of the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are going to do it. 2/3 of our people are going to do it. Like when you look into what's going on right now with the government shutdown, and they're pressing forward for the government assistance to be cut off, whether it be the food stamps, the WIC, the those cash allowances, okay, because the bulk of our people already depend upon this government, okay, they already dependent upon it. So when that transition into the chip, when they get to passing that out, because because the ultimate chaos that's going on here, when this economy crashes, okay, when this it's a famine, pestilence, and the martial laws out here, you can't, pretty much, it's just your world has just changed. People are not gonna have no hope, because listen, our people are a bunch of faithless fucking dogs at the end of the day, So what they're gonna do is they're gonna run and get fucking chipped, and that's just what it's gonna be. And then you're gonna be destroyed. Okay. So like I said, man, I don't want to make this too long, but the point is, if you don't know by now, the mark of the beast is the chip. Okay, the RFID microchip, man. The radio frequency identification chip. Okay, and that chip is going to get a whole lot of our people killed. So and it's pretty it, man. It's pretty straightforward. Pretty straightforward. It's a lot of information out here, man. A lot of information on it. So look it up. I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushua, by Hashem, Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, great millstone. Peace and salutation to the elect. Shalom.